Welcome back to Watertown 365. We are coming up on Memorial Day weekend, and we are going to be discussing with you about things like the Watertown Farm and Craft Market kicking off the 2022 season. There is a new bar and grill business serving up humor and sarcasm. This is the Bad Apple Garage. We have information about that good old JCC Entrepreneurship Center project. I think we've mentioned that a few different times. JCC is pretty cool because they have different local programs. For example, they had a thing for a while on if you want to start your own daycare business, and they are now doing an entrepreneurship type project. There's information about how regional health employees are getting life-saving training, which might not be the most exciting news, but I guarantee it is something that interests you because you live here, and this is all about the local news that take place all around here. So let's jump in and let's talk about how the Watertown Farm and Craft Market has kicked off their 2022 season. This has been a tradition for more than 4 decades, and they will make us answer a survey in order to see the news story. So here we go. For more than 4 decades in Watertown, vendors have lined up and down Washington Street in the summertime, and this season is now underway. Wednesday marked the beginning of the Farm and Craft Market in downtown Watertown. This market has been held every year, and residents were excited to have it back up and running. This farmers market, they say, is the staple of many of the local businesses, such as C&J Old-Fashioned Kettle Corn, which is a family business that they have had on the farmers market for more than 2 decades. Now, the Watertown Farm and Craft Market stretches from the State Office Building to the Morgan Stanley Building on Washington Street. And here's what's most important is it will be held every Wednesday until October 5th. So if you have a Wednesday morning free, check out this Watertown Farmers Market, because if you don't, you're missing out on things such as Father's Day gifts, t-shirts, tumblers, and hoodies, military flags, home signs. Now this is part of Redemption Designs. You're also missing out on the Adams Cheese Shop on Main Street in Adams, New York. So they sell many, as you can guess, cheese items made in Adams. So this is a great way, this farmers market, it's a great way for you to know what's out there and what local businesses and restaurants might be, even some of the adjoining nearby towns. If you're off on a vacation or a road trip or needed to go up and do something that way, well, now you can visit, for example, the Adams Cheese Shop. Now, speaking of locations, restaurants, food that you may not have been aware of, check this out. Don't fret if a server at a new Washington Street Bar and Grill puts a hat on you and makes fun that you're not a perfect customer. This is the Bad Apple Garage. Sarcasm and humor are served up with the menu at the new Bar and Grill. This is at a former oil change business at 1120 Washington Street. Humorous signs are displayed around the bar that was once the location of garage bays for the former Fast Lube of Watertown. The Bad Apple Garage opened on Tuesday. The bar takes on a repair garage motif. The interior features red and white colors for a reason. They were prominently displayed on the old Fast Lube business. So the owner of this also owns 2 other restaurants and bars, which are the Bad Apple Saloon on Arsenal Street and the Wicked Bad Apple in Glenfield. And the menu is similar to those locations if you're familiar with the other Bad Apple locations: hamburgers, sandwiches, and appetizers, and grilled cheese sandwiches. The Big Apple Garage employs 15 workers, some whom also work at her other businesses. This will be open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 11 a.m. to midnight on Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays, and noon to 10 p.m. Sundays. So that's a lot of hours to list out, but more or less, let's just say that we're talking about 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. more or less. During these weekend days, there's a few extra hours, but more or less 11 to 11. Now let's talk about the JCC, which JCC is Jefferson Community College Entrepreneurship Center, is seen as a key cog in downtown development. And here's why. Because for years, there was talk about the impact that Jefferson Community College would have if it had a downtown presence. And in about 15 months from now, that long-time goal is about to become a reality because JCC is partnering with neighbors of Watertown to open an education center in the old Strand Theater in an adjacent building containing 6 storefronts on Franklin Street. JCC and neighbors on Monday morning kicked off their project to turn the 120-year-old building and adjacent storefronts into the Jefferson Community College Downtown Entrepreneurship Center. The college's Small Business Development Center is now located at the JCC campus. The partners will use $2.5 million in Downtown Revitalization Initiative funding to redevelop the buildings to support entrepreneurs and offer workforce development training and applied learning opportunities. During a news conference on Monday, JCC and state economic development officials conducted tours of the old buildings and described how they will be converted into the educational center. They also expressed their excitement that JCC will continue downtown's revitalization. The center will also attract students and entrepreneurs to the city's business district. And there's so much information about this renovation of the former Strand Theater. There will be a mezzanine atrium leading to a roof, patio, and garden, co-worker office space, and they will also help revitalize part of Franklin Street that previously was neglected. And me personally, I'm not that interested in like redecorating, remodeling, but then when you look at what it's used for, when they say, oh yeah, we're going to have like the rooftop garden and the patio here, now you have my interest as far as what you can use it for. So maybe you're the same way. You don't really care that much about like permits, building codes, building materials. You're like, that's a lot of technical stuff. But once it's complete, once you see like the before and after, you're like, whoa, this rundown theater is now something huge and better. Now that's interesting. The Department of State oversees the city's $10 million DRI program, while Empire Statement Development has also been involved in the project. See what I mean? The details that we don't care that much about, but here's what is interesting. The college plans to publish a survey to get local feedback on a name for the new space. So if you personally are someone who enjoys or likes or is skilled at naming things, now is your chance. Pay attention to when JCC puts out this survey so that way you can perhaps suggest a name or vote on the possible names that they have thrown out there. And the Strand was Watertown's first theater to offer movies. Can you believe it? It closed during the 1950s and then was used as a series of restaurants and bars. Let's next talk about Stop the Bleed. That's a cute name for what this program is, Stop the Bleed. It is a national campaign created to better prepare the public to save lives by raising awareness of basic actions to stop life-threatening bleeding during an emergency. Now here's where you need to really pay attention. Uncontrolled bleeding is the #1 cause of preventable death from trauma. Just like with bystander CPR training to decrease mortality during cardiac arrest, Stop the Bleed can increase the odds of survival for people having severe bleeding emergencies. Approximately 20 emergency responders in the region will be trained to become Stop the Bleed instructors, who will then conduct at least 25 free training sessions in key community locations to empower civilians and other professional first responders to administer the Stop the Bleed technique, which includes procedures to apply pressure, pack wounds, and apply tourniquets. The goal is to train over 500 community members in the Tri-County region. Now here's how you can find out about the Stop the Bleed course. You can call 315-755-2020, extension 52, or the shortcut, the easy button here, is stopthebleed.org. So interesting, right? Then this, like we said, in the similar fashion, how CPR is this repeatable technique that the average person should know, because if a lot of people knew it, then in any situation they could jump in, and stop the bleed is a similar situation. So that way, you never know. You might have to save someone's life someday, or your life might be saved from someone who has been taught in some way the stop the bleed technique. Now let's talk about two local businesses. We are discussing gloryconstructionny.com. This is Glory Construction and Development. If you're looking for a quality construction company in Watertown, New York, you have come to the right place. Glory Construction and Development offers affordable commercial contracting for all your construction needs. Proven to be the best all-around general contractor near Watertown, New York, with a verified track record. They are located at Reasoner Road in Watertown, New York, but the place for you to go to find out about building construction, remodeling, or renovation, no project too big or too small, home, kitchen, and bath, is gloryconstructionny.com, and feel free to email Chris directly right here at chris@gloryconstructionny.com. You can find their phone number, you can find out all the things that they do as far as remodeling, general contracting, and home building. That is Glory Construction NY. And let's also talk about Northern Tree Experts. Do you need trees to be removed completely? Well, Northern Tree Experts is the place to go. They are at northerntreeexperts.com. If you are looking for a professional team that will be able to take the trees done efficiently with all the best tools and safety equipment, Northern Tree Experts is the best choice. Their years of experience on the job mean they can handle all kinds of issues with no risk to anyone. They are located at 22810 Ike Street in Watertown, New York, but as usual, the website is the easy solution. Go to northerntreeexperts.com. You can get a free estimate. You can find out about areas served: Watertown, Black River, Carthage, Adams, Clayton, Jefferson County, and Lewis County. You can read reviews. You can book an appointment. You can learn about what you need to know about emergency tree removal, stump grinding, hazard tree, and even see lots of cool photos. Maybe you're just someone that is looking to see some cool photos, like check out this dude that climbed the tree all the way up. Well, this is the website for you, northerntreeexperts.com. And you might need this service someday, or you might need to recommend a friend. So that is why it's so important that you check out northerntreeexperts.com right now. And speaking of checking out websites, Watertown 365 is the place where we want you to go. I believe we might have a new logo actually, but that is just one of many things you will discover and uncover when you visit our website, including an all-black climbing team reached the top of Mount Everest. The New York State Department of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation are dealing with a lifeguard shortage. There is information, there's even, space news about an X-ray explosion of a white dwarf star. Divers recovered 12 tons of trash from Lake Tahoe, so even national news. But you get a ton of different topics and varieties right here at Watertown 365, the 58th spring commencement. So here's the website, here's the place to go, and the Facebook page, which we hope you're already a fan, is at facebook.com/Watertown365. Click the like button, and now you can always be kept up to date about, you know how I'm a sucker for these daily, labels. What's the label of today? It's National Whatever Day. National Grape Popsicle Day. If you're not on our Facebook page, then you are also missing out on National Paper Airplane Day. Now, wouldn't that be a fun idea to run by your friends and family, even especially the young ones? And one last one, National Wine Day. So that's more for your adult grown-up friends. So facebook.com/Watertown365, where you can find out about National Scavenger Hunt Day and so much more. Watertown365.com. Go there now, bookmark it, set it as your start page, visit it regularly because we love keeping you up to date and catching you up on the news happening in and around the area. So that's all from me until June, until next week, until we meet again. Watertown 365. Talk to you soon, and bye for now.